Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're going to unbox Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. So let's go cut this guy loose. Alright everyone, here we are with Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. And we're going to unbox this figure today. But before we get that far, let's take a look at the packaging. So what you have here on the back is them promoting an app they had for this line for making videos with your figures. And then you have a brief character description for Chirrut, and I will go ahead and read that to you guys. Chirrut Imwe. Deeply spiritual, Chirrut Imwe believes all living things are connected through the Force. His sightless eyes do not prevent him from being a highly skilled warrior. Though he lacks Force abilities, this warrior monk has rigorously honed his body through intense physical and mental discipline. Alright, and there you have it. And of course they're talking about how he's blind. If you weren't aware of that, this character was blind, or is blind, and he was a very skilled fighter in the film. So let's get into this thing. And here we go. All right. And so this is one of those lines of figures that they have what I like to call the super accessories, where it's just a bonus accessory that comes with the figure that they're using to, come on, jeez, using to entice you to purchase the figure. And this is actually one of the few I've seen that actually is somewhat relevant to what the character used in the film, and as most of them were not, of these large accessories were not screen used items or stuff that the characters used in the film. Oh, okay, so we will check that thing out here in a second, but here is Chirrut and his monk robes, and I'm trying to see if this part of his robe actually, it looks like it's removable, and it also looks like he might break it getting it off. But yeah, this outer part of his robe here is with the belt and the cape is not molded to the body, so if you wanted to, you could probably remove it. But it also looks fairly delicate, so I would be very careful if you're going to try to remove it. Looks like it might be easy to break, so I'm personally not going to try it because I don't want to break the figure, or at least his part of his outfit. But if you wanted to try it, you could. Okay, so let's run through his movements. And so on the head here, you should have a full rotation and not much, but a little bit up and down wiggle. And yeah, it feels like his head's on a little bit of a ball joint. There's just not a lot of movement to it. So, all right, and then you have you're gonna have full rotation at the shoulders, and then you're gonna have hip articulation just forward and back. And yeah, he does not have backwards movement, and that's just because the way they sculpted his robing. Some of the characters with robing and armor, you might get restricted movement due to the way they mold the figures, and he's an example of that. So you don't have any backwards movement. So you can see how it's, you know, kind of a square cutout there, or a rectangular cutout, and that's just preventing his legs from going backwards, but you have plenty of forward movement. And then you can see how his legs are inside the robing. Everything. And then let's look at his hand sculpts real quick, and it looks like they're fairly identical. We just got your standard open fist, and then as you can see, one of his arms has this mechanism on it, so they are different, but it looks like the hand sculpts are pretty much the same, so that's cool. Okay, so we're gonna put him down for a second, and then here is his staff that he came with. And if you of course saw Rogue One, you know he carried a staff that he fought with and took out a lot of stormtroopers with this thing. And it's not a lightsaber, and he's not a Jedi, as they said, but he is a monk that guarded what was the Jedi Temple on the planet they were on, which was Jeddah from Rogue One. And then so one of the other things he had in the movie, if you remember, he had this large, it was like a crossbow looking thing, and he actually shot a TIE fighter down with it. And so this is the super accessory that he comes with, and it is actually kind of very similar to his crossbow device that he had, or I guess it was more of like a standard bow, but you can see how the arms fold out and fold back in. And then what you have here is you're going to slide his arm through this little area here, and then there's a handle where he's gonna grab onto it. And then what is this here? This looks like a moving piece on the. Okay, I guess not. But then the accessory comes with this projectile piece, and it's like a flame piece. It's just stiff plastic, and so you load it in here, and it should click in, and then it looks like it's one of those accessories that you just push the. And the spring does not seem to be wanting to fire it out here. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, mine's not launching. It's. So what you should be doing, you should be able to like kind of push this shaft in one direction. It should release the projectile, and it's just not doing it. Oops. Oh, interesting here. Okay, the handle comes off. Okay, so I fiddled with this thing a little bit off camera, and one of the things I was finding out is I was pushing the projectile in a little bit too far. So what you want to do is when you push it in, you want to stop when you hear the first click. And it wasn't very loud, but trust me, it makes a little clicking sound. And then you want to push down, and it will fire out. So it was not that the thing is the weapon isn't working properly, as I wasn't using it properly. So here you go. There we go. All right. Good deal. So the crossbow or the bow does work for Chirrut. But interesting. Okay, so I don't know if it's supposed to do this or if I just broke it, but the handle on this one just popped off. So, but that actually seems like a good idea for some reason. For one reason, I'll show you. I think it would make it easier to put it on his arm. So, okay, maybe it would fit better on this one. Okay, yeah, it kind of fits a little bit better on this one. It seems like he has his right arm stretched out a little bit further to where this thing fits on what would be his right arm better. But there you can actually see how he's supposed to grab it. And partly because of the mechanism on his arm, and it just seems like this arm's a little bit straighter. It doesn't, I really couldn't get it on this arm. And so then once you have the handle on, you can just go ahead and snap the bow back onto it. There you go. Makes it a little bit easier to deal with when you're trying to get it on the figure. Well, that's pretty cool. And this is, like I said, this is one of the few of these extra accessories that these guys come with that was actually kind of relevant to the character and what he used in the film. So, but there you go, and there's with the projectile in. Okay, guys, so there it is. There is the bonus accessory for Chirrut. And real quick, let's just check and see how he interacts with his staff here. All right, very cool. It's got a nice grip on it. No problem there. That's what you want to see. And obviously this shouldn't be an issue. He should be able to hold it in either hand. Yeah. And kind of stretch that hand out a little bit, putting it on that extra accessory. So just be careful with the hands. Sometimes getting them on those bonus accessories, sometimes the handle's a little big and you can stretch the hand out a little bit. So if you can see there's like a part in the center here that's supposed to be the like metal, and to me that seems like a handle where you would want to hold it, and you can see it's a little bit loose if you do that. But if you just slide it up a little bit where the thing's a little bit thicker, that's his staff, he holds it just fine. But it's just he's got a little bit looser grip on it with that hand than he does with this hand, so we will keep it in this hand for today. Okay, and the final test here, will Chirrut stand on his own? And very cool. All right, everyone, and there he is from the Rogue One 3 3/4 inch figure line. This is Chirrut Imwe. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And if you are, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have your support. And once again, everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.